So last night I was watching Red Raptor Writes. I believe that's his YouTube channel. Um, he did a video. Well, a couple of months ago, he made a video on his own version of Jurassic Fight Club, how he wanted to make the show to be. And to be honest, I agree with him. Um, Here's what I do if my on my own. If I did my own version, of course I would make it more animal like. Um, with the Jurassic period, like with Bloodiest Battle and Jurassic, not Jurassic, the Hunter becomes hunted. I would just make Allosaurus, um, hunt Camarasaurus, and basically it would just be just a drive up riverbed. Allosaurs try to fight each other since there's some Allosaurus specimens with each other that died together with the Camarasaurus, and the Ceratosaurus would just scavenge some of the carcasses of the dead Allosaurus and the sauropod. The end. Now, or another one in the Jurassic version, it would just be the Allosaurus versus Stegosaurus, like in Jurassic. Not. I'm mixing names up. Like with Planet Dinosaur. The Allosaurus pubic bone, I believe, and the Stegosaurus thagomizer hit the Allosaurus pubic bone, I believe. It would just be that. That would be much better. Allosaurus runs away. The end. Um. Now with um. Now with Nanux, not Nanux, I hate mixing names up. Now with I would just, although there is no estimates if Gorgosaurus and Albertosaurus met each other or not, I would do Tyrannosaur versus Tyrannosaur, or Strength versus Speed. That would It would be called Gorgosaurus versus Albert. Well, Daspletosaurus versus Gorgosaurus. Now it would just be you know herds of ceratopsians and duckbills are together, and they're both chased by both Tyrannosaurs, and Albertosaurus gets a juvenile. Gorgosaurus gets a juvenile Ceratops Hadrosaur, and the Daspletosaurus takes it away, and the Gorgosaurus does not fight; it surrenders. The end. I would try to do it not too much fan servicey or over the top as possible, but um yeah. With Now in the late Cretaceous period, it would just okay, there's lots of reasons. With the duckbill, I would just either make the duckbill be like the duckbill would be killed by a Rex, or the duckbill would die of natural causes. And then the Dromaeosaurus would feast on the carcass. Or that, or T Rex versus Triceratops, since there's a specimen of a Triceratops pelvis bone that's been bitten by a Rex. Now, we don't know if the ceratopsian died of natural causes, like the Hadrosaur, or not. We just don't know. We 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 just don't know. Um, it would be that instead of Raptors versus T Rex, it would just be just about. It would just either be Tyrannosaurus versus Edmontosaurus, or Tyrannosaurus versus Triceratops. Now, when we get to the Cenozoic, when we get to the Oligocene, Oligocene epoch. I'm sorry about my dogs are growling. Um, it would be just like it. Well, Paleo Nerd and Red Raptor writes. Hyenodon horridus versus Dinictis. Since there was a specimen of a Dinictis that was killed by Hyenodon, it would make sense. Or another one is just like in prehistoric predators, not just in the Dinictis, but with Archaeotherium versus Hyenodon. Since um, since there was a Hyenodon shoulder bone that was hit by an Atelodon cheekbone or something. It would do that. So it would either be the Hyenodon versus Dinictis or Hyenodon versus Archaeotherium. The other one would be, well, then when we get to the Miocene, it would be the bear dog Anthision versus the Empecyon, the true dog. Since the fossil records show that bear dogs became extinct from the true bears and true dogs, it would make sense. So it would be the episode would be called Old versus New, or something like that. Then when we get to the Pleistocene, it would be cave lion versus cave bear, and it would be very different as well. Also, would be very different with. It wouldn't be about the short-faced bear versus the American lion. There was a specimen of cave lions that were trying to hunt cave bear cubs, and there's since there were cave bears, since there were cave lions that died at the cave site, it would make sense that cave lions were trying to hunt cave bear cubs, and since their diet was basically cave bear and caribou, it would just be about a cave lion is trying to hunt. The herds had moved on, so he has no choice but to hunt a cave bear. He tries to hunt a cave bear cub. Then he fights the cub, but the mother bear shows up, and the mother bear beats the crap out of the lion, and the lion loses. The end. Another one would be the Lancia La Brea tar pits, dire wolf versus saber-toothed cat. Since there are lots of fossil sites of saber-tooths and dire wolves at the site, it's possible that these animals would have fought each other as well, and they would both get stuck. It would be similar to the episode of Bloodiest Battle, but it wouldn't be like crazy over the top. I can picture a dead mammoth and dire wolves feasting over a dead mammoth, and a Smilodon comes over, and some of the pack members leave. Some of the pack members get stuck, and Smilodon kills one of them, and he gets stuck. But both are like, well, the dogs are yelping, screaming, and the saber tooth is freaking out, and they both die. That's it. They both die. And that's pretty much it of my own version of Jurassic Fight Club. Now I know that it may not be the best, but it would just but it's still better than some of the episodes. And sorry if I stutter.